sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
I'm not modeling anymore for the two of you.
Loveline. Loveline.
It's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and an addiction medicine specialist.
Your cold sounds worse today.
Thank you.
Is it?
No, I feel better. I just sound worse.
Mm.
But you're a doctor, so you would know. Where are you, in Minneapolis still?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, you'll be back on Sunday.
Right.
Is the computer shut?
Mm-hmm.
All righty, Drew. Our guest tonight is Barry W. Blaustein. He is, was a head writer on Saturday Night Live for many years. How many years, Barry?
3 years.
3 years. That's not that many.
Not that many.
And but he did write The Nutty Professor, one which I loved, by the way.
Oh,
and
thank you. I should mention my writing partner, David Sheffield. I wrote those with.
And yeah, Barry did the lion's share of the work, though he told me off the air. And Nutty Professor 2, which I guess is on its way.
Yeah, coming out in July.
Amongst others, Boomerang and Coming to America, and a whole list of other comedy hits. Although I guess Boomerang was kind of a comedy, right?
Yeah, some people thought so.
The movie he's talking about tonight is called Beyond the Mat. That is out March 17th, and it's a documentary on wrestling. We had Mankind on the Mike Foley on the Mick Foley. What the hell? Mick Foley on the TV show. When was that, Drew? A couple months back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Says Mike.
Done it in 4 months.
Says Mike Foley here. God bless our researchers on the show. But I found him to be a gregarious, friendly guy.
Yeah, he's a very funny guy. Very funny. He's one of the featured guys in my movie.
And it is a documentary, though, right?
It is a documentary, though. It's people shouldn't be scared off that it's like they're going back to school. It's entertaining. It's very emotionally involved in storylines. And I think when you walk out of when the lights come up, you're not going to be going, "What do you want for dinner?"
Have you done a documentary before?
No, that's my first one.
We had, Drew, who'd we have on here talking about their documentary? We had last week some Asian porn goddess who had...
Anna Chung?
Yes.
It's scary that I know that name, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's scary that I don't, because I interviewed her for 2 hours 3 days ago. She'd been on her back through like 252 guys or something, but was talking all about that documentary.
Oh.
And
I went back to meet her parents. Remember?
Oh yes, with the camera crew. I'll tell you,
parents.
that's why I'm going to keep a gun in the kitchen drawer, because if my kid shows up with a camera crew talking about a gangbang record, that's it. The bang part is going to be the gun going off. So, but I was saying to her that I think documentaries are you have a much higher batting average with documentaries than you do with regular films. I mean, I haven't seen too many documentaries that I wasn't interested in.
Oh, yeah.
Ultimately, I mean, how many documentaries have you
seen?
I've seen one, but how many? But I saw The Thin Blue Line 15 years ago, and I loved every second of it. No, I've seen quite a few documentaries, and I can't think of any of them that I didn't like. On the other hand, I can think of 85% of the movies I went and saw I was disappointed in. And this one's about wrestling, so how could you go wrong?
Well, no, I don't think I did go wrong. You get totally involved with the stories of these guys. You see behind the scenes, but more important, you get involved. You see, like, the real pain in wrestling's not in the ring, but outside the ring, in dealing with promoters and trying to keep their family lives together.
And you follow a lot of these guys through their careers?
Yeah, well, I followed 3 people. Terry Funk, who's a 55-year-old wrestler who won't give up despite his family begging him. Jake the Snake Roberts, who once was a big star.
Right.
And is now down and out. And the end of the movie is on crack. Starts taking crack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake, and I know this sounds rather obvious, but he was a guy with the long hair who'd go out there with the snake, right?
That's right.
Throw that snake, and then every like third or fourth match, the snake would turn on him.
You know what? The big thing I found out about, he did not travel with the snake. You know, the local promoter has to provide the snake for Jake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tremendous, wow.
That's that insight.
Yes.
Tremendous cross addictions between anabolic steroids and stimulants.
Yeah,
tremendous.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are addicted. A lot of them are addicted to painkillers. And the last person is Mick Foley, who was on, or Mike Foley, and who was on Loveline, and and he's known as Mankind or Cactus Jack. And Mick, in some ways, is the most normal of them, but it deals with him trying to keep his family together, trying to raise 2 kids, and it ends sort of disastrously at the end when he brings his 2 young children to a match, and they watch him getting pummeled to death.
How
They
old?
don't like that.
How old are his kids?
They were 7 and 5.
Yeah, you can't. At 7 and 5, you could have the Easter Bunny do battle with Santa Claus, and the kid would be
believe it.
crying his eyes
and
out.
it was really, and Mick's very bright and intelligent, and he does care about his children very much. He made a bad decision.
That was
A very bad decision.
But he got a deal on the tickets, so from that standpoint, it was pretty
That's right.
shrewd.
Yeah,
They
he
saved
was
on the
very
sitter
good.
that night.
Yeah, you know, he did get a half-price ticket. I think that was nice of Vince.
And so now, what about? And maybe this is just my observation,
Okay.
but it seemed like for many years, no one would let anyone have a peek behind the curtain
Right.
when it came to wrestling. That sure, there are all these rumors going around about this being fake or that being fixed, but it was nothing ever substantiated by the wrestlers themselves. They weren't doing the talk show circuit talking about this kind of stuff. And lately, the last just couple of years, there's been more and more of this talk. It doesn't seem to have hurt the sport, but
It's only helped it. It's only helped it. But the surprising thing is, yes, the moves are choreographed. Yes, the outcomes are predetermined. But there's a lot of pain. When they get hit with a steel chair, it's a real steel chair.
Right.
It's their own blood. So,
and what about, though, was there any reluctance to letting you have, total access?
tremendous reluctance. This took 5 years on and off of begging and pleading. My knees are worn out from begging.
Is that begging or?
Begging.
Okay. Your mouth is fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and why ultimately would they let you do something like this? Why would Vince McMahon let you go behind the curtain?
I caught Vince on an easy day, I think. Because what I wanted to do is, I told Vince I want to put a human face on wrestling. I wanted people who could care less about wrestling would at least look at it differently and appreciate it.
Right. And ultimately, like we said, over the last year or so, they've been doing talk shows, writing tell-all books.
Right.
There's been all this sort of behind-the-scenes stuff. It doesn't seem to have slowed the sport down at all.
No, not at all. I mean, I think they're kind of disturbed. Some people are disturbed because they do show that there is real pain and sort of questions, why do we enjoy watching people who really brutalize each other?
Yeah, in a way, it's even more disturbing finding out these guys are hooked on painkillers, and this guy's going out there with a ruptured disc, and his old lady's getting a divorce after the match.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's real terror.
I know.
Victoria?
Yes.
You're 15?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, I get real depressed sometimes, and I cut on myself.
Drew, why'd I pick this call first?
Yeah, I thought you go to Doug.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, listen.
Well, and it's. I think I'm scaring my boyfriend away.
It's possible. Don't bring your kids to the match. Obviously, you're depressed, right?
It's real common for people involved with someone with depression to move away, to pull away. They too can get depressed, so they start feeling the sort of.
But I mean, what can I do about it?
Well, you're cutting on yourself, right?
Yeah.
And how long's that been going on?
Since I was like 9.
Since you were 9?
Yeah.
Were you sexually abused when you were a kid? Victoria?
I'm going with yes.
Victoria?
Victoria?
Yes.
Yes, you were, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you didn't say anything.
Oh.
We usually take that as a yes, but it's nothing confirmed. What happened? Who did this to you?
Oh, well, you know how you go perfectly normal and perfectly healthy?
Yeah.
Well, that's me.
I do, but what's the circumstance? Was it your father?
No, my mother.
Your mother sexually abused you?
No. I was sexually abused by my babysitter when I was 7.
Why did you say your mother then?
Because she beat me up.
Your mom beats you up and your babysitter sexually abused you.
Yeah.
And how long did your babysitter do that to you?
About a year.
Oh, boy. And how's your mom doing now?
I don't know. She's okay, I guess.
She's not beating up on you?
How long you been with your boyfriend? So,
She
how
got
long you been with your
purple.
boyfriend?
Oh, boy.
Victoria?
Victoria?
Yes.
How long have you been with your boyfriend?
3 years.
3 years?
How old is he?
20.
How old is he?
Hey, Victoria.
Yes.
Can you hear Drew?
No.
You cannot hear Drew.
No.
Jeez, what a pain in the ass. I can hear Drew and the callers can't. I wish it was the other way around. All right, so what Drew is asking, he wants to know if what your sign is.
What?
It's very important. He guessed Pisces.
No.
No. Okay. Another guess, Drew? No.
How old is your boyfriend?
Victoria, Drew wants to know how old your boyfriend is.
He's 15.
Okay. Thank you for that, Anderson. We're on top of everything. 10 minutes into the show. He's how old?
He's
15.
15. Are you having sex with him?
No.
Good. Why not? What?
I'm not ready.
Good. You'll never be ready. Don't have sex for a long time.
Are you in treatment for your depression?
No.
Okay. You have to get some counseling or something,
Or
Victoria.
some medication. Maybe maybe if you actually get your depression treated, your boyfriend will want to stick around.
I've tried that. I lived in a mental institution for a year.
How'd that go?
I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. But you weren't cutting on yourself, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
When you were in the mental institution?
Yeah.
You get your money back. What kind of place is that?
It still doesn't mean you shouldn't be in treatment for your depression. If the depression is overwhelming your boyfriend, why not get that treated? If that's your motivation, okay, that's fine. But go ahead and try to get some form of treatment.
All right. I hate to agree with Drew, but he's right. If you're driving your boyfriend away because of what you're doing, then stop doing what's driving him away. And what's driving that is the depression. Drew?
Yeah, John, 28.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to start cutting on myself if you're going to sound like this all night.
Like what?
Is this it? Is this what he's going to sound like in my head? What's it sound like on the radio? Does it have that faint echo on the radio too, Anderson? A little bit? What's going on over there, Drew? How do I sound to you?
Other than being... Is that better? Is that better? Is that better?
I think so.
All right.
What is that? What are you doing? Holding your nuts?
No, I turned my headphones down.
All right. Hey, don't do that, Drew. Put your headphones on. Get your head in the game. What would you do? Turn them down?
I turned them down since it troubled you that there was feedback, which is no way I would know about unless you spoke up about it.
Turn them way down. It was driving me insane. Where are we going?
John, 28.
John.
Doc.
Jacques?
I'm looking for the doc.
Oh,
Got a medical question.
I swear to God, he said Jacques. All right, what do you want?
Well, I heard that marijuana could cause men to grow breasts.
Yep.
That is true?
Oh, yeah.
Nice rack.
It's actually pretty common. It's even more common if you're around the age of 13 to 15. That's when it's really very frequent.
No, it isn't.
About a localized hypertrophy of adipose tissue, or
I'm talking about glandular development, nipple development.
Is that? I assume it's hormonal.
Yeah, the pot profoundly suppresses testosterone levels, and so you get elevated levels of circulating estrogen relative to the testosterone, and you get breasts.
So the adrenal glands start producing more estrogen, or just...
No, it's just the testosterone's are just completely shut down.
Hey, John, what are you doing, writing a paper?
No.
Do you smoke a lot of weed?
I would have to say yes.
Right.
You eat a lot afterwards?
No, I don't do the munchies anymore.
That's really where the breast development comes in. It's listen, pot is not going to grow your breasts on a skinny man. I've never seen it myself. And I've hung around guys who smoke a lot of weed. But you smoke a lot of weed, you tend not to exercise so much, you tend to snack more, and then the breasts come in. All right, John.
I wondered if it was related to, like, steroid use in bodybuilders.
No. Oh, you get that, too, because that actually is peripheral conversion of excess testosterone to estrogen in adipose tissue. But that's a totally different thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, John?
Yes.
What are you, a doctor?
No.
No, what are you?
Stoner.
I work with...
Pot plants?
What's that?
What do you work with?
My hands.
Doing what? Masturbating?
Oh, plenty.
All right. All right. Hey, John?
Yes.
Talking to you is like playing handball against the drapes.
I hear you.
It's very difficult. Stop smoking so much weed, would you?
I'll try.
Okay. I can't get on a rhythm tonight, Drew, and I blame the callers for that. Because as we know, it's never my fault.
We know that. Let's go to Mark.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Mark?
Hello.
You're 17.
Hey, what's up?
What's up with you?
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm calling for Dr. Drew. I just wanted to know, in my right testicle, I guess, there's this, like, little bump, or, like, almost like the size of a BB.
That's the testicle I write with.
No, like, it's on top.
Oh, listen, shut up. Listen, I'm not going to make a joke and have a goddamn caller go, oh, halfway into it. What the hell is going on tonight, Drew? I blame you.
Okay.
Kristen?
Yes?
Mark, you can hang on. Meanwhile, I hope that BB goes cancerous.
Well, it could be cancer. He needs to have a doctor look at it for sure.
All right. Hold on. All right, Mark. What's up with the BB?
I don't know. It kind of, like, moves around. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, ruin your joke.
No. Hey, Mark, do you like wrestling?
Yeah, actually, I used to be a wrestler.
Oh, that explains it.
You're 17. How many years did you have in
wrestler? But
oh, I see. The real fake wrestling.
Yeah, that boring stuff.
So, Drew, what should he do?
You've got to have a doctor examine it because these things can be cancerous, and it's good you've detected it, you picked it up, but get it checked out, all right?
Like, what else could it be? Could it only, like, besides, like, cancerous or whatever?
There can be little cysts, and there can be clogged tubules and things that can occur. There's various things that can happen that are not cancer, but anything that's hard in there has got to get checked out.
Right on.
All right, there.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Drew, when something is hard that is inside your scrotum sac, it's not attached to your testes, is it?
Your scrotum sac?
Yeah.
I'm talking like under the collars now.
Your scrotum. Your ball sac.
Usually it is, yeah, something hard.
It's attached to a testy.
Often inside even. You have to really kind of squeeze the testy to feel these things sometimes.
Oh boy. What about my technique of holding the flashlight under the testy and turning the light off in the bathroom when I sit on the toilet?
That'll show you where to squeeze.
Very good.
Do you have something in there? Are you worried about something?
No. I think I saw my soul the other day, but no, I haven't found any cancer yet. How often should guys inspect their scrotal area?
A couple times a year.
All right. So I think I'm due. When are you back in town?
I can't wait.
Yeah, Sunday. You have to do it, too. It's his job.
Be there.
Where are we going here, Drew? Kristen?
How about April 20?
All right. April?
Hello.
What's up?
Well, I have an IUD for birth control, and I've had it for about 2 years now.
You got an IUD when you're... Wait. You got an IUD when you were 18?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't want to get pregnant.
Do you have kids?
No.
Oh,
No,
God, do we have retarded listeners? I don't want to... Are you some kind of smart ass with that I don't want to get pregnant line?
Well, that's what it's for.
I know, but when Drew said you had an IUD at 18, he meant why the IUD, not why the birth control. Why that particular form?
I chose it because it was good for up to 10 years, and I had done some research on it, and the health risks weren't as high as they used to be. And it was something I didn't have to maintain as long as I was in a monogamous relationship. They said it would be really good for me. I was having bad side effects from, I had the Depo-Provera shot, and then I was on the orthotricycline, and I was on a couple other pill combinations, and none of them worked for me.
But you're aware of the fertility risks with IUD?
Yes, I am.
Hey, have they changed that at all? Because I know it was quite popular for a while, and then it completely fell out of favor, and maybe they were even, I don't know, were they banned or just not used?
Well, some of it, there were some suits, the Dacron Shield and all that stuff, remember that? Some huge suits, took some companies down.
I think my dad had a Dacron suit. But the point is the Dacron Shield suit he may have had too. But the point is now, are they back now, or is April the only one sporting one?
They're back, but they're almost exclusively used on women who've had babies because they can't affect fertility.
All right. So, April?
Yes.
You researched that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so why are you bugging us?
Well, I had a mishap occur to me a few months ago, and I was raped at a party, and I believe I developed herpes, and I need to know if that's going to affect it, because I know my doctor told me, like, if I get something as mild as a yeast infection, I need to go into my gynecologist. And I was wondering if the herpes is going to affect my IUD, if it's going to bring it straight to my uterus, and if I need to take it out.
That's a good question. I don't know that herpes is not an ascending infection typically. The bacterial infections are the ones that do that. So I don't expect there'll be a problem, but definitely you need to go get checked out. As you know, anything going on in there can trigger problems. So.
What happened at this party?
I was drinking and having a good time, and I was talking with a guy. I was having problems with my boyfriend. I was talking with a guy, and well, we were gonna have sex, but he didn't have a condom, and so I said no, and I got up to leave, and he just kind of tackled me, and and I was really weak. And
why were you in a situation where you were going to have sex with somebody who wasn't your boyfriend?
Me and my boyfriend were going through a really bad time.
They got an argument earlier that afternoon, right?
Arguing about the carpeting?
Oh, that's what I love. That's the beauty about being a woman. That's why you cannot piss them off, guys, especially the ones with the IUDs in them. So they'll just go out to a party like a half hour later and bang some guy. I mean, it's not that guys don't want to do it. It's just we can't. I mean, I'd go out every night for 9 months going, okay, tonight, revenge sex. I'm getting that bitch back. And meanwhile, women rarely do it, thankfully, but they can do it whenever they want. They just go up to, they could go to work the following morning after an argument, find a guy in the mailroom, and he'd bang her like right in the utility closet, if they want to. I wonder what's up with that, April, Drew.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping we talked to her some more.
Got a little something going on there.
Oh, a whole lot.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, April.
Yes.
Did you press charges against this guy?
Well, I went to the doctor like 2 days later. I didn't press charges on him. It was complicated. I was moving and across the country, and no, I had it taken care of, but no, I didn't press charges on him. I didn't want to go through that.
April's like they're talking to the Riddler.
You had it taken care of?
I had him taken care of.
What, you had him rubbed out or what?
Just about.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
And what'd your boyfriend say?
My boyfriend understood.
Okay. All right. Her phone's cramping now. Oh, what a handful. What a pain in the ass she'd be to have for a girlfriend. Imagine that. I mean, you imagine a sort of, it's like, I could imagine dating April like the old plate spinners on the Sullivan Show. Just you run down to the very end, and as you get to the very end, the first one starts wobbling, and you got to sprint back and if the second you just put your hands on your knees and try to catch your breath, it's over. Stuff's crashing everywhere. All right, Dr. Drew's over there in Minneapolis. Barry W. Blaustein is our guest tonight. After writing for Saturday Night Live and a lot of good feature films, including The Nutty Professor, one that I particularly enjoyed. He has now written Beyond the Mat, or has made Beyond the Mat, which is a pro wrestling documentary. It'll be out March 17th, which is tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah.
And we will also, you can find him on Larry King with some wrestlers tomorrow night, but we'd prefer that you just tape that and go watch the movie in the theater. We'll take ourselves a little break, and when we come back, Drew?
Yep.
Who are we going to talk to?
I don't have the screen in front of me.
Fantabulous. That's great radio. We'll be back after this.
You about to get funky, yo. Did it.
This is Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Oh, we'll be right back.
Loveline is brought to you by Car Toys and Old English 800.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Barry W. Blaustein is our guest tonight. He's written many he's a little bit of a Hollywood heavyweight, at least according to his resume. written pretty much, quite a few of Eddie Murphy's big movies, and is now gone on to... I keep wanting to say write, but you don't really...
No, just directed and produced it.
But there is some writing that goes on in a documentary, obviously.
Well, you're putting the story together. So, you when you get all the footage, you put it together so it makes a story, and there's a little narration, but it's not much writing.
Beyond the Mat is the name of this documentary. How long is it, Bear?
100 minutes, hour 40 minutes.
And this has all the big names in this?
Yeah, it has Mick Foley, Mankind, Jake Roberts, Terry Funk, China, Vince McMahon, The Rock.
And what years does this span over?
It's like 2-3 years.
And Larry King tomorrow night with Mick Foley, Hulk Hogan.
And Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper.
Right.
Roddy Piper.
Right. I'm with Larry King.
Roddy Piper's still around?
Yeah.
Well, he got into doing like action movies for a little while.
Right.
But he seems like sort of cooled off a little bit lately.
Yeah. It was a weird combination because Mick was the only one that was actually in the movie.
Right. Yeah, what are these other guys doing?
I had no idea. But
that's Larry King.
Why wasn't Hogan in the movie?
Because he's with WCW, and they wouldn't sign my release.
I see. All right.
Actually, Hogan told a story which I was going to tell on the air about me approaching him, but he told it on the air on Larry King, so I can tell it now. Is that when I approached him, he said I was kind of drunk outside of a bar, and he says I just thought he was a big wrestling fan. I didn't know he was a movie maker, and I regret not being in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he was very honest about it.
All right, you little Hulkamaniacs. You
Drink your vitamins and your vodka.
yeah. Wash your supplements down with a good aged scotch. Wow. All right, so where the hell were we, Drew? You got one figured out?
Yeah, let's go to Josh 18.
All right. Josh,
Yeah.
what's up?
Okay. Here's the story. Like about 2 weeks ago, I guess. My girlfriend and I had unprotected sex, but like I was getting really close to orgasm, and then like I pulled out, but like I didn't have one, and like I was just wondering like how likely it is that like she could be pregnant or anything.
How often do you do this with her?
Not that often. It's like only the third time.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of possible because
of course,
you know, you weren't wearing a condom and guys leak. I got to tell you, I'm a little humiliated to mention this, just like maybe Barry. You know, maybe Hulk Hogan didn't want to talk about the Barry story, but you know, I was doing my ritual masturbation before I went to bed last night. I got about 30 seconds into this thing. I mean, I was still basically flaccid, and something came out of me, Drew.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was thinking about you. I was like, "Whoa, what the hell's going on
Campbell
here?"
Soup or anything?
I had a little bit of that clam chowder.
A couple questions. You on medication?
Me?
Adam?
Who, me? No,
Yeah.
no.
You weren't taking any cold pills or anything?
No.
You
Well,
sure?
I had a shot of NyQuil before I went to bed.
There you go.
I pray to God that was it.
That's what did it.
I swear to God, the penis was like flopping around and something came out.
I thought you had the will of the ninja.
I thought I did too. Apparently not. I just took one of those
You took
ninja stars
NyQuil?
right to the nuts.
You took NyQuil and masturbated in one evening?
Hell, that's a big weekend for you, huh?
That's a big weekend, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell was that, Drew? It scared the hell out of me, but don't worry, I kept going. I remember thinking to myself, wait a minute, penis, that ain't it. Because I didn't even
come for more.
I didn't even feel that. No way. I'm going. I'm going to push right through that. Like they say when you run a marathon, you get to that 20-mile mark. It's like
Hit that wall.
You hit the wall, but you got to push through. That's where you separate the men from the boys. So I yelled at my nuts, Mach Chanel, we're going again. And I just kept going. I pushed through the pain, Drew. Thank you. That's the pro wrestling spirit. So you, hold on, Drew. You think that was the NyQuil?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because it changes the muscular tone down there, and things can get released early, and it can change ejaculatory function.
Oh my God! They should put a warning label on that thing.
Big giant label.
Does that work with Dayquil also, or just NyQuil?
What's Dayquil? Dayquil.
That's the day. It's the day version of NyQuil.
I don't. Any of these cold pills could do that kind of thing.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm really because I really almost killed myself.
That's why you're in such a bad mood. We started.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Okay, so Josh.
Yeah.
You see what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fluid can come out before you ejaculate, and it's highly concentrated in sperm many times. So you got to get what you got to get is the morning after pill for her.
Yeah. We did this about 2 weeks ago. That's fine.
All right. Well, listen.
You got to get the pregnancy test.
She's got to get tested. All right.
All right.
She's probably not pregnant, but get her tested anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Let's.
How about Sherry, 30?
All right. Sherry,
Yeah.
what is up, Toots?
Okay, I have a question for Drew. When I'm on top of my boyfriend, and I'm guessing this is like a major orgasm, but I leak like a cup of liquid, lots of liquid, and he says it's tasteless, it's odorless. I have no idea where it comes from.
Well,
Any ideas?
it comes from the bowels of hell. And that is that female ejaculate, right?
That's right.
It could be urine.
It could be urine, but it sounds like it's not in your case, and that's normal.
I got a theory. Did you take some NyQuil before you got on it?
No.
I'm suing that company. Who makes that? Vicks?
Vic.
All right. Well, I'm suing them. You went in, Barry?
Yeah,
Class action.
I'm in.
So that's normal then?
Well, it is for you.
It's lucky.
Yeah.
That's what he says. He says he's really lucky because very few women can do this. And I'm like, this is the first time this has ever happened. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I done?
There's nothing a guy likes to hear more sexually than this is the first time I have fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Because, you know, here's how it's sort of...
It has to be end with a positive comment.
Well, yeah, it's not the first time I vomited performing oral sex is not a good one. But what I mean is Guys have, I believe, instinctually a little bit of that get there first kind of conqueror thing. You know, you want to get to the North Pole first, you want to climb Everest first and all that. And in the modern day, there's really none of that anymore. Plus, all of us are too old to nail any virgins anymore. So you figure most of the women, by the time we get to them at our age, have been passed around like a joint at a Uriah Heep concert. So we're not really going to conquer anything, but what we do look for is something sexually that they have not experienced before. And if you could make them, you know, make an eyeball shoot out of their socket, or some blood come out of an ear, or liquid come out of the vagina, that's good. That's good enough for most guys.
Is it literally a cup?
No, it is not. Our callers are stupid. Sherry?
Yeah.
It is not a cup.
Well, all I know is it's a huge puddle. The bed is soaked.
Right.
Everywhere.
Right, but if I took a sip of water and spit it out on the bed, it wouldn't make that. I mean, it would be about that size, right? Couple ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Drew, remember when we did this experiment on Loveline, the TV show?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we'd have people call in all the time and say, you know, I have an orgasm with my boyfriend, a quart, a gallon. You know, the bed is soaked. I mean, it makes you know, the size of a trash can lid. It's wet on top of the bed. And I'd say, and they'd be talking about a cup, 2 cups of water, a big gulp. I took my coffee. I did this on the air, and I think it was a fairly decent illustration. I won't do it here because it's radio and I don't want to mess things up. But I took my coffee mug that I was drinking on the show. It was filled about a 1/4 inch from the top, and I just basically took it and I slopped it once, so that instead of being a 1/4 inch from the top, it dropped a 1/2 inch after I slopped it. It made a huge mess. I mean, it was all over the place, but really about a 1/2 inch went down in the cup. Just to illustrate the point that not that much physically has to come out, an ounce or two, to really muck things up. All right, Drew, you want to get one more before we go to break?
Let's go to Valerie.
All right. Valerie, you're 20. What's up?
Hi. I've been having this problem with my boss. I've worked at this place for 2 years, and for about started last summer.
Got the voice.
Hey, I'm getting ready to gamble here.
Yeah,
Drew.
me too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, anyway. Well,
Shall we do
my
it?
boss and I,
Let's do it.
Yeah, all right. Valerie,
Yeah?
we're going to gamble on you.
I'm actually taking money out of my pocket.
Yeah, my
I'm
wallet's
actually
out.
doing it.
My wallet's out in the car. I'm going to go get it.
All right, here's my buck. It's down.
All right, Valerie. Okay, Drew, you don't have to shove it into the microphone. Valerie, you're. Can you talk into the phone?
I am.
There you go. You're 20 years old. We're going to gamble on you. Okay?
Okay.
Should we be gambling on you?
Sure.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain to our guest Barry. When we hear that girl voice, that 20-year-old that sounds like she's 12.
Right.
We always gamble on her past because it always means something. I have no idea what her question is. She married her boss, and her boss is hitting her. Okay, now there's some gambling.
Hitting on her.
Oh, hitting on her. I don't care. Still good for gambling. Although there is a marginal difference. You're right, man. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with some gambling. All right, Drew?
Yeah.
All right. After this.
What's up?
Loveline will be right back.
It's Loveline. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Barry Blaustein is our guest tonight. He's the filmmaker who did Beyond the Mat, which is out tomorrow night. It is or I should just say tomorrow. He'll be on Larry King tomorrow night with Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Roddy Piper and many others. This movie's about pro wrestling. It's a documentary, and where's it going to be at, by the way?
It's about 247 theaters nationwide, so that's pretty big for a documentary release.
It is?
Yeah.
And how did you swing that?
How did I swing it? Well, we had 1 week run for Academy Award consideration in L.A., and it sold out.
Oh, I see.
I realized that people might actually want to see this thing.
So it'll be up in this year's Academy Award.
No, it's up for last year's. We were in the 12th finalists. We didn't make the final 5 because I don't think the Academy could actually consider voting a movie for wrestling to give an award. But I was nominated for a DGA, Directors Guild of America Award for it, and we've won a couple of film festivals. But it's a quality film, even though it's about wrestling.
You released it in '99 for a week so that it could be in the '99 year.
Right.
which happens from time to time. Last movie, actually, I remember like The Grifters.
Right.
Got released, I think, in '99 for a couple days or a week or something, and then it came out in wide release a month or so later.
Right.
Okay, Drew? What you doing? Trying to get at your own junk, or?
No, I was checking the thermometer in here. It's all of a sudden it's got it freezing.
What's it like in Minnesota?
It's about 18 degrees right now.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
Valerie.
Nice during the day, though.
Yeah.
So, Valerie, what we got a bet? We got a bet.
I know. I just wanted to check in with her and reset on things. Your married boss is hitting on you, and you want to know how to make him stop.
Well, it's kind of worse than hitting on me.
Okay. Well, give us an example of one of the things he's done.
Well, I worked at this place for 2 years, and for the past year and 6 months, we've been really good friends. And he's always been flirty, but I'm kind of used to that. I mean, I have old men flirt with me all the time, so I just, deal with it. But then, like 6 months ago, he kissed me, and I was so in shock I didn't do anything about it. And it didn't happen again for like a month or so, or a couple months, and then he did it again.
Uh-huh.
And each time he'll wait a while, and then he pushes it more. But the past couple of weeks, he's pushed it really far, and I don't know what to say. I don't know how to stop him because I'm afraid I don't want to make things weird between us. Or
Well, things are weird. Have you told him to stop?
I haven't.
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Okay. And when he kissed you, were you kissing him back? Were you,
The first time I didn't, and I guess kind of, I don't really do anything. But
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do some gambling, all right?
Okay.
All right. Interesting. Now there's something going on with the voice. She doesn't sound out of control.
Right.
On the other,
give you the chaos feeling.
Yes, but on the other hand, she's kind of paralyzed when he makes his advances.
Yep.
Barry, you have $1 on you?
Yeah, I have $1 on me.
Okay, I'm going to get started, Drew.
All right.
I'm going to say that no wholesale abuse here. Some issues with men. She did mention that older guys hit on her quite a bit. I'm going to go with Dad. Let's see. Couldn't stop. A little paralyzed. Dad did a little boozing.
Yeah.
And a little abusing on Mom.
Ooh. That was mine.
That was yours?
Yes.
Well, too bad, sucker. I took it. But nothing, no real over-the-top stuff. Just a lot of yelling, maybe a little physical abuse. Maybe Dad got a little physical with her, but no sexual abuse, but still kind of made her paralyzed and unable to fend for herself.
Okay.
All right? That's what I'm going with.
That's good.
All right. Drew, you want to go, or Barry, do you like
Well, you
to?
took mine, so...
Okay, well, you rethink your strategy.
Yeah, I'll not say a father, but I'll say a brother. That maybe brother kissed her once.
Ooh.
And she's a little uncomfortable. Nothing overtly sexual, but just when they were younger, and she's always felt uncomfortable about it.
Interesting. Completely wrong, but not a bad venture. Really, not a decent guess. Go ahead, Drew.
All right.
You say brother, you don't mean black man. You mean sibling, right?
It could be also a brother, but I would say sibling.
Okay. And Drew, go ahead.
Alcoholic dad beat the crap out of, let's say, everybody. That makes it different than yours.
All right.
And was like sexually inappropriate with her. Left at 9 when she was 9.
Okay.
In a big mess.
All right.
Big trauma.
Very good. Valerie?
No, that's not it at all.
Oh, son of a bitch.
No, I've had a fine life. My dad's always been there.
How about your brother?
Brother, he's younger than me. He's fine.
Really?
Annoying pest.
He has never seen you walk into the room?
No.
Nothing?
He doesn't know you. He has a sister, in other words.
But my father, he's been there since birth, and I consider him my real dad, but he's not my biological dad.
Where's your biological dad?
I don't know.
How old were you when he actually left?
He wasn't even there when I was born. I met him once when I was 4.
Okay. And what was that like?
I don't remember.
Hey, Valerie, why are you afraid to tell this guy stop?
I don't want to make things weird between us because we've always been friends.
But things are weird between you because he's making you feel uncomfortable.
I know. I just don't know how to stop it without making things even worse.
Have you ever been raped?
No.
Yeah? So you have a stepdad, right?
Yeah.
But you consider him your real dad?
Yeah, he's just my real dad.
And
he's been good?
Yeah, he's been there. He was there when I was born. He's on the birth certificate and everything.
He doesn't drink?
No.
Does Mom?
No.
Why do you pick that
Does your
up so
brother drink?
strongly?
I don't know. Someone drinks.
Is there any other drugs being used?
Have you ever been out with Hulk Hogan?
No, everything's fine at home.
Jesus, our radar's all out of whack.
You never had an eating disorder?
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, Drew may have $2 waiting for him when he comes in on Sunday. Seriously, what's up with the eating disorder, Valerie?
I don't have an eating disorder. My mom thinks I'm way obsessive about my weight and what I eat, though.
Do you think you're heavy?
Yeah.
Where?
What do you mean, where?
On Earth? What do you mean, where?
What do you think? Do you think you chubby? You have big thighs or something?
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh about 130.
How tall are you?
And I'm 5'3".
You're overweight. Drew, please. You're going to give her a complex.
I kind of also have, like, an ample chest.
Ample bosom. Nice.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. I'll just focus on that. All right. So, Valerie, why isn't your self-esteem? I mean, you grew up. Your father, your biological father, was never around, but you had a stepfather. What did he do for a living?
He owns his own business.
I see. That explains it. And so he owns his own business. He never abused you. He didn't drink. He was good to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother didn't drink. Your brother was good. Everything was good.
Yes.
Why do you have the self-esteem issues?
Right.
I mean, why aren't you able just to stand up or report this guy or be outraged
I
about
don't
this?
want to report him because I don't want to get him in trouble or mess up him and his family.
Yeah,
he's got a wife and
yeah, but where does that come from? Because he's messing himself up, and you should be upset about that.
You shouldn't be victimized by him.
Right.
I don't know why I care so much, but I feel like that we have this friendship, and I don't know.
Okay.
If it was a true friendship, he wouldn't be taking advantage of you like that.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So listen, Valerie.
Yeah.
You, what kind of business is this?
It's a store.
It's a store. So she's very specific. Her dad owns his own business, and she works at a store. And would it be fair to say you sell stuff at this store?
Yeah.
All right. Arlene Francis, it's your guest. We're going to flip the cards over. All right. It's a store where you sell stuff.
Yeah.
Very tempting. I'd like to go in there and see if I could buy some things. All right, next time he does this, you just tell him. If he does it again, you're going to report it to someone who's higher up than he is.
If there really is nothing going on and he really is a good guy, all you have to do is put down a limit, put down a boundary, and say, no, this is not acceptable. We got it. You must stop this or else. That's it. That doesn't screw up your relationship. That clarifies it.
Okay. Kristen is 18, was raped 2 years ago after drinking too much. Now is allergic to alcohol.
Yep. Since then, I mean, I can't even smell alcohol anymore. I will gag by the smell of it. And I was wondering if there's some type of, like, psychological relationship between that. Maybe my body's reacting, saying, well, this is what happened then,
It's possible. I mean, there can be these sort of aversive conditioning paradigms where people get these very intense aversive reactions to a particular stimulus.
Well, but
they usually decay. It doesn't go on forever, typically, but that's good.
Well,
it's good you have
I was
that.
wondering if it would go away eventually.
It usually does. Why? Are you alcoholic, do you think?
Oh, no. I barely ever drink, but, I mean, just those couple times where I might have a drink, I cannot do it.
Yeah, well, look at it this way. If you were eating a corn dog when you were raped, you wouldn't be able to eat a corn dog again, would you?
Oh, that's a good way of thinking of it.
Well, I'm sorry I had to pick a phallic food. But I'm just saying, if you're eating some food while you're being raped, a crawler, yeah, like a bear claw. While you're being raped, if someone offered you a bear claw 2 years later, you probably would decline it, wouldn't you? I'm not saying you're raped with a bear claw. You understand? I'm saying you were eating the bear claw.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if someone raped me with a bear claw, though. I think if I was stoned, I would really enjoy that. All right.
What happened with the rape? What was the deal?
I'm sorry?
What happened with the rape?
I had passed out at a party. I went up to my friend's room. I thought it was a safe place to be. Closed the door. And I don't actually remember anything that happened. I woke up a couple of times. I remember a couple different people that did it. But besides that, they were just bragging to my friends, and that's how I found out about exactly what went on that night and everything else, because I was totally gone. I woke up every once in a while, but I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. And
how is it that you became? I mean, I know you were drunk, but were you that paralyzed?
Yeah, I had a lot to drink.
Wow.
And did you report this?
I did report it, but they never did anything about it because I didn't have proof. We tried to get them to record it again of them bragging about it, but they kind of got smart about it and figured out what was going on, and then they kind of, they started putting death threats on me. But then I started putting stuff back on them, so they finally just called me up and said, you know, just they didn't do anything.
Do you still
But they were
associate with
scared
these
and so
people?
forth. I'm sorry?
Do you still associate with
No,
these
she,
people?
she goes to a different church.
Oh, no, I definitely don't associate with them.
But did someone put a wire on or something to try to get these guys to confess?
No, one of my friends was friends with them.
Oh,
and,
okay. All right.
She was trying to get him to confess again, but I guess they caught on and nothing ever happened. And I called because so much stuff went on. Like, it was in high school, and I was in class with one of them, and we had a physical fight in class because he got in front of the class, started saying stuff about me. And I went up
Oh,
to
my
him,
God.
and, like, he threw me on the desk. We had a big fight.
Have you thought
Nothing
of
even happened there.
Have you thought of moving?
I'm sorry?
Have you thought of moving?
Well, I'm actually moving in a couple of months, but that was in
All
high
right.
school, so I usually
Kristen.
don't see him anymore.
There's more to this story, guys.
I guarantee there has to be more. Kristen, hang on. Yeah, there's three things I want to do in my life. I want to have my hands registered with some police department. I want to put a wire on for something, and I want to be thrown out of a casino for winning too much, you know, for gambling. Those are the three things I want to say I've done in my lifetime. So far, nothing. But I'm going to work on that. All right, we're going to take a little break. I want to get back with Kristen and just get to the bottom of this, because there's got to be more here. All right, we'll be back after this. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Barry Blaustein is our guest tonight. He was head writer on Saturday Night Live for 3 years and went on to co-write the Nutty Professor 1 and 2. And
Really is. I've seen a rough cut of it, and it's actually very funny.
I'll tell you, I hate to admit it, is someone with a sense of humor who likes to think that everything sucks. The first one, especially big-time commercial Hollywood Eddie Murphy, you know, big-budget stuff, and especially remake stuff. I mean, it had all the trappings of a movie I would just love to hate, but that first Nutty Professor, very funny.
Oh, yeah, in this one, you know, in the first movie, Eddie played all the characters in the film, but they're only in 2 scenes. Now they're in every scene in the movie.
Well, good, and
Wow.
that is... It's easy to forget about Eddie Murphy once in a while because he'll do a crappy movie or two and you'll kind of write him off. But then you see Nutty Professor
He's really
and
talented.
you go, wow, this guy's talented.
Yeah, really talented.
All right. Also, the movie we're talking about tonight, Beyond the Mat, which is out tomorrow during the day and in the evening. Starting on Friday is a documentary about the game of pro wrestling. Sounds very interesting, and it's in a wide enough release for a documentary that you should be able to find it in a town near you. All right. Where are we going here, Drew?
We have to go back to Kristen.
That's right. We just want to get to the bottom of this. So, Kristen.
Yep.
So, you're at a party. All right, your original question is you don't like booze anymore because you got really drunk, you passed out. A couple of guys had sex with you, right?
Yeah, 8.
8
guys.
Oh, boy.
8 guys. All right, so let's ask some questions. And as far as the booze question goes, yes, we're assuming you don't like booze anymore because of this, and that's fine.
Correct, and I was just wondering...
It happens, and that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 guys. And what's your background?
What's my background?
Yeah, and what kind of family do you come from?
Parents were divorced about 2 or 3 years old.
Why?
Why my dad cheated on my mom.
And anything happen before this rape? Anything like this ever happen?
What, as far as...
For you?
Yeah, any bad boyfriends?
No. I mean, I didn't get along with many of my boyfriends, just picked the bad ones, but, I mean, nothing physically went on or anything.
You were never sexually abused or raped prior to this?
Correct.
And no bad stepdads?
Nope. Mom never remarried.
Any alcohol, anything like that in the family?
Nope.
All right, and what about since then? Boyfriend's been all right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I still never picked the good guys, but I mean, no physical problems, no alcoholic boyfriends and so forth.
Okay, and what are you doing with your life now?
I'm in college. I'm actually moving in about a month to California to work out there and go to school out there.
All right.
So, I mean, my life is in a perfect track. I know where I'm going.
Any symptoms from this rape? Any problems?
No, I just
Did you go-
I have... No, I mean, I have a problem because I want to remember what happened that night. I mean, the only reason I know is because they bragged about it and told my friend.
Did you ever go to rape counseling or anything like that?
No, I didn't.
Would you consider that?
Yes, I did.
All right, you decided against it?
Yep, I just haven't had the time.
Hey, Drew. What if a guy showed up at one of those rape counseling things?
Is it you planning to go?
I just thought, I don't know, wouldn't it be weird if I just sat down? and just smoke 'em up and rape.
You're just so disturbed by the flaccid ejaculation that you're looking for any kind of help now.
I was raped by the Vicks Corporation, makers of NyQuil. Yes. Oh, hold on. My penis would like to say something. My penis is looking for a sponsor. All right. Yeah, Drew, that really was unnerving. I'm going to have to get back up on the horse tonight, I hope you know. Literally on the horse. That's how I do it. I have a stuffed horse in my living room I masturbate on. All right. I shouldn't say on. It's more in. But, Drew, do you have a call you like?
I'm just a little perplexed by Kristen. It just all didn't fit for me. I don't know what's going on there.
It didn't. She did kind of allude to not being able to find a good guy and going out with a lot of jerks, and parents got divorced. But there still should have been some good abuse in there somewhere.
Something to add that chaos in her life. But she's handling it. She's having no PTSD. She doesn't remember it. So okay, we'll talk to Mike, 19.
We're having a little trouble getting at it tonight, Drew. I blame you, by the way, Mike.
Hey, how you doing, Adam?
What's up? You're 19.
I was just want to tell you, I was spotting my friend Jason, and we were just joking around. I started rubbing my testicles.
Wait a minute, it's already questionable. He's bringing the names in too early.
Ah, I see. Yeah, we don't believe you.
Or if you did it, you're now calling the show to get some sort of yuck out of this.
What'd you do?
Okay, well, I was, just goofing around, and he was just, bench pressing, so he said, stop. And then I showed him my penis, and I was just wondering if I was gay, because, I don't think I am, but...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a big guy, like, 6'2", 240. I wouldn't think,
You're gay.
Yeah, they don't have big gay guys usually. You're too big for a gay. You'll never fit in the gay outfit.
I mean, yeah, nobody ever...
The gay pants, way too tight on you. They're not going to fit. They're meant for very frail Latino guys.
No.
Yeah, that's not going to work. You have to lose some weight. You want to get in a gay outfit.
This isn't funny, but...
All right. Hey, Mike.
Nobody suspected this, and now everybody's, making fun.
Oh, wait a minute. Your friend was down doing bench press, and so you pulled your Johnson out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious.
I thought it was, I was just goofing around, but everybody thinks, I'm gay now.
No, they don't. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? I've had my friends put their Johnson in my ear when I was talking on the phone and stuff.
I've had them put it in my mouth. It doesn't mean anything.
Maybe. If you swallow, it means something, Barry.
That's what it means. Oh, that's what it means.
No, I mean, this is normal, healthy behavior, right, Drew?
Yes, narcissistic exhibitionism is something we carefully cultivate in our culture now.
No, but I could recognize, I would say I have, let's say, 9 or 10 best buddies from, junior high school. I've known for many years. If you took their penis and put it through a hole in a piece of sheetrock, I could then identify each penis.
That's
I would
nice.
know who it was attached to. I'd like to play that game. You play
that game.
You play that music. Big clock ticking in the background. I have like a Velcro name thing. I put the Chris and the Ray and the Weasel and Snake, and then all of a sudden I get confused and I grab this one and I flop it over to that one. I really do. I know I could pick my friends' penises out. And I suspect they could pick mine out, too, Drew, because mine be the one with the semen dripping from it, even when it was flaccid. All right. I went right into that little NyQuil cup that comes on the top of the thing.
It's good.
Thank you.
Good shot.
Thank you very much.
Jay, 16. Jay.
All right. Well, there's Jay. Okay. Jay?
Hello?
Jay, what do you want?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Dr. Drew, like your website there.
Thanks, Jay.
Well, I met this girl. She's 15 down in, when I was on vacation in Orlando 3 weeks ago. And she lives in Canada. And we ended up emailing back and forth. And I started calling her. We started, I guess you could say, a long-distance relationship. And, we're enjoying it. And we just enjoy talking to each other. But we started getting into, talking about some sex and stuff. And she said she liked the sound of my voice, and she said that she liked it when I called sometimes because she could get like 1 or 2 orgasms from just listening to my voice. And I mean, I believe her, but I didn't, I wasn't sure if she was just fooling around or what? Because I didn't think a girl could have an orgasm without physical stimulation.
Oh, yeah? I just had one.
Yeah. When you call information, do you get that same response?
No.
You're taking that NyQuil, though, Adam.
Yeah. Really, I'd say B. Arthur could ring me up. B? Yeah. Oh, Mom? Oh, Grandma? Whoa. Yeah, well, you know, women can do this.
Wow.
Listen, I would believe her because why not? I mean, might as
Even
well.
if it's not true, yeah.
I could use that.
Did she say?
Use it.
Did she say she was?
Adam's going to use it tonight too.
That's right. No, you can. You know, it's funny about women masturbating or having orgasms. Guys will then masturbate to women masturbating.
Well,
it was fine, ironic.
That's the thing that caught me off guard because she said she'd never masturbated before, and she, you know, that she wasn't interested in doing that, but that she just didn't need to.
Well, but that's different. She'd never met someone like you before.
See how different women are than men, though, Jay? They're just so different.
I know, but I mean, we both feel the same way about each other. And,
yeah, but for her, when she gets those feelings, they become sexual, and they're so intense that she can actually have climax. It's amazing.
I mean, but is this like a healthy? I mean, is this like okay to do this, have a long distance relationship like this?
Well, it's never going to work. It's doomed.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm thinking realistically. I mean,
well, she's
2,000 miles away.
She's in Canada.
Yeah, she's way out there.
And where are you calling from?
Connecticut, and she's in British Columbia.
Oh boy, 3,000 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give or take a few.
Yeah, you're screwed. And you guys met in Florida?
Yeah, we hung out at the same. We were at the same resort, and we met and hung out for a couple days.
Your folks take you to Florida for like a summer vacation or some kind of Christmas vacation or something?
Yeah, we have a February vacation, and she was down there on vacation too.
Hold on, I gotta make
Disney World.
Kick Dad nuts for not taking me to Florida. I keep a list of reasons to kick Dad the nuts for.
Yeah,
son of a bitch. My dad took me to Van Nuys one winter. It was great. Hey Jay.
Yeah.
Good. You know what? You sound pretty sound for one of our callers.
Well,
you really
I like
do.
your show. It makes me feel kind of normal.
Yes, you're exceedingly normal. You're very mature for a 16-year-old. And listen, if you're enjoying it, fine. If it gets frustrating, well, maybe that's the time to call it quits. All right. Why don't we speak to Johnson? Who's
Johnson?
Hello.
You're 18. What's up?
Yeah, I had a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Like sometimes me and my friends would be like backyard brawling, and you know we love that wrestling scene, and you know we hit each other with like wood and stuff like that. We try not to hit each other hard, but like sometimes when it hits hard, I don't really feel pain on my head, and I wanted to ask about that. I mean, why is that?
I don't understand. You take a piece of wood?
Yeah,
hit it to your head. You don't feel pain.
Yeah. Sometimes it hits hard, you know?
Yeah, maybe there's nothing up there. Johnson, these guys in wrestling, when they hit each other with head, you know what they wind up with? Concussions.
Yeah, I know. And, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask, too, because sometimes, you know, like, because I've been doing this for a long time, and then, like, you know, my dad will be like, you know, go get me this. You know, go get me a beer. And I'll go to the fridge, and then I'll forget what I'm there for, you know? I'll be like...
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Those are concussion syndromes, and it's interesting. There's a growing school of thought in neurologic circles that an injury to the brain, like a head injury, a concussion, may be putting people at risk for dementias and Alzheimer's, as though an injury somehow triggers a progressive destruction of brain when you're older. So it's and then everybody, I'm sure, is aware of the Muhammad Ali type syndrome, where you can get progressive multiple injuries that accumulate.
Thank God I have 10 years of football followed by 15 years of boxing. I should be a retard another 6 months, Drew. I mean, I got concussions when I played football all the time. I mean, not all the time, but I'd say at least 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it was. You get your head dinged you get your bell rung, they called it, all the time, right?
Yeah.
But Drew, you only played 7.5-man football, so you don't know.
I played at the Little Lord Fauntleroy School.
That's right. Drew,
so we weren't allowed to have head injuries.
Drew went to the helmets were made of pewter. They're actually commissioned by the Franklin Mint. He played. He went to a prep school.
Paul Revere helmets.
He went to the Little Lord Fauntleroy School for albino hemophiliacs. Is that right, Drew?
That's so you say.
That's right. I went to a real school. I went to North Hollywood High. There's some real learning went on at that school. Oh yeah, I was whizzing on my friends and wrestling the entire time. I was a ceramics major, Barry. Does that tell you how my education is? Majored in clay, everybody. Drew, you have a call you want?
Yeah, let's do Nick, 16.
All right, that's going to take me about 15 minutes to process. I wanted to say to Johnson, just to play it safe, each time you go to the fridge, just grab a beer. You know what I mean? I mean, if you can't remember, if you go to the fridge...
It sounds like your dad always wants a beer.
Just hand your dad a beer. Maybe he wanted it, maybe he didn't. How bad could it go if you just handed him a beer? Nick?
Hello?
Was Nick who we were going to talk to, or was it Mike?
Nick.
Okay. Nick, you're 16. What's up?
Hi. I'd like to say first off that, Adam, you are godlike.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Drew, your intelligence is not easily surpassed.
Relax, Nick. What's going on?
And Nick, any feelings about me, or just just a schmuck on a radio?
Did you see The Nutty Professor?
I don't know, dude. You did like a documentary on wrestling.
No. The Nutty Professor, Coming to America. Boomerang.
Oh, you did Coming to America? Okay, mad props, dude.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Mad props.
That's good, Barry. Go ahead.
What the hell does that mean?
I'm going to name my kid Barry so he can make a living in the industry, by the way. This is a good industry name. What's up, Nick?
Well, you know, like from about the ages of 7 to probably around 11 or 12. I really don't remember the exact end of it because he got, kind of taken to prison. My cousin Chris would abuse me sexually and physically and verbally.
And why were you spending so much time?
Right.
Well, the thing is that let me break it down for you. I was really small and skinny, and he was like 6'2", probably 230, and he got mugged by 3 guys, and they all came out beaten up worse than him. He was very physically imposing.
Yeah, but we understand why you were under his control, but why were you spending time around him? Why did your parents let that happen?
Didn't you hear a question?
Well, I didn't tell my parents.
But listen, I had a cousin named Greg. He lived in Santa Monica. I saw him for Christmas, and I saw him for Thanksgiving, and we sat around the table, and that
Those
was
were
it.
supervised.
I didn't go live with Greg.
They were very concerned what Adam was going to do to Greg.
Well,
it's actually Greg's parents. Yeah.
Well, my mom and his mom are they're the only 2 sisters out of 6 siblings.
I see. Your mom. I see. That's why. It's your mom's sister. That's different.
Well, that's his. No, they're just really close. So
okay, I understand. I don't mean to bust your balls too much, but I don't understand why you spent so much time with him. But maybe he lived nearby, and your mother was close to her sister. So he did this how often?
Not like too often, but for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was maybe like once every 2 months.
Yeah. What did he go to prison for?
He went to prison for the first time for
tax evasion.
What?
No.
You were waiting to hear parole violation, weren't you?
That's our normal answer. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he went first for drugs possession, I think.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then followed by that shortly after for public intoxication.
Really?
That's because that was a parole violation, but it was public intoxication.
I see. Okay. All right. So Nick, now what?
And I got over it well. Yeah, I mean, you can't really get over something like that, but I dealt with it well.
Yes.
I'm like a stronger person emotionally for it. Like the little problems that teenagers have, they don't really matter much to me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so now my cousin Jenny, his younger sister, she's a little bit less than a year younger than me. It turns out he had been doing the same thing to her.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah, and I'm sure somebody did something to him too.
And I'm betting Grandpa did something to his mom.
I'm sure that happened to him, and that's why I can't really I can't bring myself to judge him or blame him,
Well, go ahead, but it's all right.
He deserves to be blamed.
Are you doing anything to other people?
What?
Are you doing anything to other people?
No, that's the thing, is that I'm sorry that he didn't have the strength that I do.
Nick, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you ever blame yourself, Nick?
No.
Well, now he does, Barry. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, way to go, dude.
Yeah, there you go, Barry.
Sorry.
Big Hollywood guy, come down the hill,
It's
make
your
the kids
fault.
feel bad.
Well,
all right.
no.
All right. So listen, what is the question there?
Well, the question is, I don't know if I should tell the rest of my family, because I've told my sister, but only recently, after she found out. And she was very understanding, because she's done lots of work with, like, rape victims and things like that.
Oh.
And she understood that I had worked my way through it, and, you know, that I'm...
How old is she?
She's 23.
Yeah, she's done a lot of work with rape victims.
Yeah, it's suspicious.
I wonder
something happened to her.
I really wonder what went on. I want to know what the grandpa of these two sisters
That's
was like.
right.
Wait, it wasn't my well, it wasn't my grandfather. It might have been his on his dad's side, I think.
Okay, somebody did something to him or mom or his dad. I want to know.
His dad was military. His dad was military, and he wasn't home very often, so I highly doubt it was my uncle.
We're suspicious about your mom and her sister.
Yes.
They put everybody into the risk pool.
And by the way, how do you not know that your son is being molested for 7 or 8 years? You know what I mean? A very long period of time. I mean, people say this all the time. Well, they left us alone. They went out shopping, so on and so forth. You gotta, I mean, listen, if your dog was being molested, you should be able to come home and tune into that.
Nick, why are you afraid to tell your family members?
I got rid of Nick. He's embarrassed. I mean, I'm sure he feels the shame, and you know, as you brought out, Barry, he feels it's his fault now. But he should he should say something. Although I'm worried about that family. I worry about the sister who's working with the rape victims, and I wonder what happened to her that led her that direction. And everything is suspect. I think he should get his own life, establish it, move out, go to college, so on and so forth, and then maybe address this in a couple of years.
He's doing pretty well with it, though. It really sounds like it.
Yes, he is. All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Jennifer's 20. Boyfriend wants anal sex, wants to know if it causes any psychological problems. Your parents can be hurt quite emotionally from this act, but I don't know about yourself. We'll get into
other
that.
parents, too. Just being a parent.
That's right. It hurts Drew a little bit every time. We'll be back.
Back once again with it.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back before you know
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Barry Blaustein is our guest tonight. He has made himself a film, Beyond the Mat. This is out starting tomorrow nationwide. It's a documentary. Has a lot of the professional wrestlers in it, and it follows these guys with their families behind the scenes over a course of a number of years, and you get a peek behind the curtain of the professional wrestling scene. Not only the stuff that you see on TV, but the good stuff, the better stuff, the human story, the dramas it unfolds behind, under the mat.
Under the mat, under the seamy mat.
That's right. I went to professional wrestling school about a month ago to do a piece on another show that I do, and I can tell you it's kind of brutal.
Yeah, very brutal.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, I made a better wrestler than I thought. Drew?
Yep.
Ever show
we were
that?
Talking what?
Ever show that wrestling piece?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
I saw
right?
Jimmy get hurt.
Yeah, you know the thing that was really funny about that?
What?
My partner Jimmy, we did a bit on the Man Show, Comedy Central, 10:30 Wednesday nights, and we went to professional wrestling school in San Bernardino, and Jimmy's got some game, but he doesn't have quite as much athleticism as moi.
Right.
And he was dressed as ostrich sack. We call him. It was a giant scrotum sack. That was his wrestling character, and mine was the calligrapher, because that instills fear in the hearts of men. You think about a guy with a quill who can really do that penmanship, maybe make out a wedding invitation.
It's
or
frightening.
something like that. Think about tights, feather in the hat. Yeah, no more. I know. So we're running around, and there's one point where we're doing where they're putting us through all the moves. And there's one point, I can't remember what the move is, but these two guys, and they were professional wrestlers, took him both by the arm and just basically flipped him over and dropped him on his back. And it was during the point, now this was out in San Bernardino, and it was like 8:15 at night. What we did is we shot some of my stuff because I had to get out of there and come do this god-awful show. And I was like leaving. I was getting my stuff together, and I was getting out of there, and I was kind of in a hurry. And so I poked my head back in, and I was saying bye to all the guys and thanking them for all the help, the guys who own the wrestling school and the wrestlers, just as Jimmy got flopped onto his back. And Jimmy really got the wind knocked out of him. You saw that, right, Drew?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looked like you really got hurt.
Yeah, now you could only see it, we only kept it cut for a second, but the camera kept rolling, and he was rolling around. I mean, he couldn't move. He couldn't catch his breath. You get the wind knocked out of you. It's scary. He'd never had the wind knocked down before. But
Is that right?
No.
He is a wimp.
He's a pussy, yeah. No, he didn't play football. I guess he played baseball or something. Every kid should have the wind knocked out of them at least once so they can experience the feeling of not being able to breathe for a prolonged period of time. But the thing that was really funny is the next day, we were all watching the outtakes in our office, and Jimmy was extremely PO'd at me because here's how it went. Jimmy gets flipped. Jimmy lands on back. Jimmy rolls in pain, like unable to get his breath and rolling around. And then you see me walk into the frame. All right, guys, catch you later. Hey, Jimmy, take it slow. Or like, I don't know. My Jimmy, I said something like completely innocuous. It was bizarre. It was like, hey, Jimmy, catch ya. And he's like,
Sorry about that punctured lung, but
yeah, and it's really funny to see on tape. It's that much more damning, is what I want to say. All right, Drew, where are the yes? Okay,
You're talking to Jennifer.
Okay.
Oh, do you have Jimmy on the phone? Oh,
no way.
Christ, are you serious? See there? Oh, how do we put him through? Okay, hold on a second. Rarely do I sidestep an anal call, but in this case...
when your lover comes on, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it, Adam? For you?
That's true, Drew. Very good point. It's the Emmy Award-winning Jimmy Kimmel, everybody.
Yeah, thanks. Last year. I wasn't nominated this year.
I know, but that's all right. Once you get the Emmy, they can never take it back.
I just want to make one slight correction because I think Drew will appreciate it, and that's this. In retrospect, we knew the wind was knocked out of me, and that's all that was the matter. But when Adam was leaving, see you guys later, for all he knew, my spine was, wrapped around my liver.
That's right.
I mean, I literally could have gone out of that place on a stretcher, and in a full body cast, and it would have made a difference.
Oh, come on, Jimmy. I knew you were all right. I had a gut feeling.
Drew, you saw that flip, right?
Oh, you see, what you see is you getting, first of all, just from a high height falling straight back onto your back, and then that grimace in your face was horrifying.
Body slammed on my back by two men. I'm lying there just choking on my tongue, and I'm like, all right, I got to get to work. Hey, thanks, fellas. He starts shaking people's hands.
But I can't remember what I said to you, Jimmy.
Yeah, you said, I'll catch you tomorrow.
See, here's the thing, what I've learned, Jimmy. I didn't want to panic you.
Yeah, and by the way, the athleticism, we'll see who's got more tomorrow.
Oh, yes, we will, because we're playing softball tomorrow, baby. Right. My team against Jimmy's.
And believe me, we'll be the victor.
It's a big winner-take-all type grudge match.
That's right. All right, fellas.
Speaking of wrestling. All right, Jimmy. Well, thank you. We'll see you in the morning.
All right.
Great. The great Emmy Award-winning Jimmy Kimmel was not nominated this year. How does that work, by the way? Him and Ben Stein win the Emmy last season for Best Game Show Host, and this season, not nominated. I smell foul play, Drew, with the Academy, and I know you're as outraged as I am.
Yeah, they were promoting him last year, the way MTV does for us every year.
Oh, yeah. That's good. All right, where the hell were we, Jennifer?
Yes.
You're 20. What's up?
Well, my boyfriend wants to have anal sex with me, and I'm not sure if that's a good idea because I've heard that it can cause dysfunction.
Yeah, it can.
Whether physically, which I'm more concerned with.
But it's not like as though one episode is going to do that. If it's something that you take slowly and it doesn't cause you pain, it's something you can do without significant injury usually.
It doesn't.
But if it's something you don't want to do, you shouldn't do it.
It doesn't scramble your brain, Drew.
So, yeah. So besides pain, there's
No, you're right. It can change the function of the muscle. It can tear things. You get hemorrhoids. Things can happen.
Uh-huh.
But a pain is a good barometer of whether or not you're going to get in trouble.
Okay.
So it's important not to numb it with Coke like I do to my bitches?
No.
I see. So, Jennifer.
Yes.
Is your boyfriend, is he sort of hell-bent for re-election? I mean, is he not stopping? Is he bothering you?
No, he's really considerate of what I want.
Uh-huh.
But I'm also like wondering if maybe it will cause like a change in the relationship. Maybe if.
Sure.
How?
He gets the power. Oh, come on.
Yeah, because now I have the power.
Anal and ain't. You know what I mean? I mean, who's in charge?
The
you know what I mean? The ain'ter. That's right, not the ain't.
We have a pretty like well-balanced relationship.
You do now. Wait till he starts working you back there. All of a sudden, he's going to be walking around like Mussolini. Rectolini.
It's something sounds like you want to do.
It doesn't sound like something I want to do?
No.
Well, I'm just concerned with like maybe his opinion of me will change.
No.
Also, like he'll think less of me, maybe.
No.
If you do or you don't.
If I do.
If you do.
Yeah.
No, he won't. He won't. Just as long as he gets to, be the first one to plant the flag on your anus. In the name of whatever his country is.
So I won't look like a slut if he.
No.
That's what
Now listen. How big's his penis?
It's big.
Oh, it is?
It's pretty good size.
That could be trouble. And how big's your a-hole?
I haven't measured.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have calipers there?
No.
No. Okay, but I think you know if you'd have a small one, right? I'm just kidding. I have no idea how this works. So he has a large penis.
Yes.
That makes me nervous. Maybe you could start with a smaller penis and sort of work your way up incrementally.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, you sure you don't want me to come over there and get the ball rolling? No.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right. So why don't you give it a little more thought? Because it seems like you're thinking too much about it.
But on the physical aspect of it, so I shouldn't have any problems if.
That's not what I said.
No. Here's what Drew is saying.
Okay.
Many millions of gay Americans participate in this on a nightly basis.
Uh-huh.
And many heterosexual couples do as well, and everyone seems to be fine. But here's how you'll know it's painful. You'll know there's damage is when there's excruciating pain. The body works real good that way. You know what I mean? It's all set up. But what I mean is how do you know you're going to hurt yourself when you're, lifting weights or exercising or doing anything in life, cooking? How do you know when the handle's too hot? It hurts. So if it's very painful, stop it. On the other hand,
sex.
Yes, thank you, Drew. If it glides right in and you don't even know it, well, then you're probably not doing a lot of damage to yourself. Would you say that's correct, Drew?
But just careful. Yeah, be careful.
Okay. Who do you want to hop on next here, Drew?
I was thinking Todd, 23.
All right. Todd?
Hello.
You're 23. What's up?
Okay. My question is, my girlfriend gets real angry with me when I say or do anything that she disapproves of. She gets real angry and starts to hit. And I know she learned this at home. Her father and her...
Is O.J. Simpson?
What's that?
Her dad's not O.J. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't try to make jokes.
Okay.
It confuses our listeners.
Okay, sorry about that, Todd.
That's all right.
That's okay. Anyway, I was wondering, I know she's learned this at home. I mean, he doesn't abuse her, but that's how they kind of hit it. He slapped her a couple of times when he got
That's abuse.
No, come on.
That's abuse.
This is her father, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't she out of the house? How old is she?
She's 18. She's still in high school. It's her senior year.
I see. And does he continue to do this?
No, it only happens every great once in a while when they get real angry, but they say and do a lot of things that they can't take back, the real regretful things.
Yeah, like...
to each other.
This is the father. And
yeah, correct.
What's their nationality?
They're white.
Okay, but you don't know anything else about it. Just white.
No.
You don't know what she might be. She might be German. She might be Italian. She might be French.
Yeah, probably a little bit of each.
Todd, in your family, did anybody hit anybody?
No abuse at all. Nothing like that.
Was there what makes it okay for you to be in a relationship with somebody who does this sort of thing?
It doesn't make it okay, but what I'm trying to do is I want to work through this with her. I mean, I love her. I've been with her for about 8 months now, and I don't want to just bail on her because I feel like she's in a bad situation, and I want to kind of help her.
What is her bad situation?
Well, that she hits. When she gets really upset, she just wants to hit.
Is she drinking?
Is her answer.
Is she drinking then?
No, not anymore. Not since we've been dating. But her father does, and her whole family has a past problem with alcohol.
Did she have a past problem with alcohol?
Yes, she did. She used to drink a lot, and since we've been together, she doesn't drink anymore.
All right.
Okay,
Hey,
Todd, you
now,
need to go to Al-Anon.
And why do you need a project? Hold on, goofball. You're 23. You're dating girls in high school. You jack off. I mean, come on. You're 23 years old. You're dating a high schooler who's hitting you, whose family's chaotic. I mean, why are you saving her? Why are you so involved with this?
Well, it started out, we were just kind of messing around, and then it turned into a serious relationship, so.
All right, but what's up with your life?
Nothing really. I'm in
That's
college.
what I thought. Nothing.
You're in college?
Yeah.
Junior college.
Yeah, actually I am.
And when are you transferring? Come on. You're
This
23.
actually next year.
Drew had finished medical school at 23 and was on the lecture circuit.
Yeah, I got kind of a late start.
All right.
But Todd, where did you get this codependency? Where did you learn that you need to fix people, that you go for broken swords?
I have no idea, actually.
Does your mom drink?
No.
Dad?
Nope. Don't, actually, my dad's been gone since I was like 2, so.
Okay.
He's what?
He's been gone. He's probably drinking somewhere.
No, he's in prison.
Okay. Well, they have. Don't they have happy hour there now?
What's he in prison for?
Drugs.
Okay.
Okay, so there it is, okay? A parent who's an addict and alcoholic turns you into somebody that becomes a caretaker. But basically what children do when they're growing up, when they have a parent who's an alcoholic or a drug addict, is they learn that they have to kind of control them and contain them, and they become sort of a caretaker to keep them pieced together so that they don't have to deal with the pain and the chaos and the potential abuse that's unleashed by the alcoholic or addict parent. So that's a good codependent. That's the template for that. Now you go find another one of those in your peer world, your girlfriend, and you can keep acting this thing out.
All right.
Go to Al-Anon. Get up sponsor, work the program.
All right. We were going to take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to, oh, man, everyone's raped. Natalie got raped. Natalie's 16. Ever since she was raped 1 year ago, she slept with 8 guys. Once over that's normal. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then pregnant, fool around. Let's see. All right. We're going to take a little break. I think we'll, when we come back, we'll speak to Natalie, who can't figure out what's going on ever since the rape. Drew?
Yep.
We'll talk to you in just a minute when we come back.
Yo, Loveline will be right back, homie.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam. He's Drew. Barry Blaustein is our guest tonight. He was a head writer on Saturday Night Live for a handful of years, then co-wrote Nutty Professor 1 and 2, Coming to America, Boomerang, a bunch of other Eddie Murphy movies, and now is here to plug Beyond the Mat, which is a documentary out tomorrow. This has big-name pro wrestlers in it. It's a peek behind the curtain. And lots of interesting stuff in there. Some drug addiction, some family stuff,
sexual abuse.
All right, is it?
There's tales of sexual abuse.
Is it rated R?
Yeah, rated R.
Nice. And we see any man ass in this film?
Yeah, mostly, but there's usually tights on it.
I see. But that's all right. I use my imagination. All right. Oh, something came out of my penis again. Drew, where were we?
Natalie, 16.
Natalie. That's right. Okay. Natalie?
Yes?
You're 16.
Uh-huh.
It's rape night on Loveline, so you picked the right night. What happened? Who raped you?
About a year ago, this guy, I kind of knew him, but not really. He raped me, and I was really messed up by it for 7 or 8 months. I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. But once I kind of started going out and hanging out with my friends and stuff again, I just started sleeping with whoever. I didn't really care.
How did this rape happen?
I got really, really drunk one night with a bunch of my friends, and he was there, and he took me away to a different room, and since I was so drunk, he just had his way with me.
How old was he?
22.
22 when you were, what, 15?
Yeah.
Oh, great. What a lovely individual.
Asshole.
And,
What was he doing there?
What?
Yeah, we'll see.
Why was he even at that party?
I don't know. It was just a bad situation.
I know. We've. I was talking to Barry off the air, but so far it's been just snake eyes tonight. Please tell me that something happened to set you up for this.
For before I was raped?
Yes. Alcoholic dad, some abuse, something like that.
No, sorry.
I can't believe it. Tonight has been a night where everyone has been raped, but no one was ever raped before, no one was sexually abused, and no one had an alcoholic dad who beat on them. Yet they're at parties getting loaded with 22-year-olds at 15 and passing out. What are we missing?
Anybody in prison?
No.
Where's your dad?
I live with my dad.
Oh,
where's your mom?
You live in prison with your dad?
No, my dad's not in prison.
Oh,
where's your mom?
My mom lives in a nearby town. I see her every day.
Every day when you drive by the prison?
No, nobody's in prison.
This is a great example of how we have to interpret the stories our callers tell us. When the mom is taken away from the children by the courts, that means something profound.
Well, maybe this didn't happen. Maybe it didn't go down that way.
No, my mom has legal custody of us, but she let us come live with our dad about 4 years ago.
And why is that?
Because my mom didn't have the money or resources to support us.
Yes, but doesn't she just get the money from dad?
Well, yeah, but it wasn't enough. She thought my dad could give us a better life than she could.
Yeah, but that's big problems. I mean, think about a mother who gives the kids to live with dad.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't your mom a little screwed up?
Well, no, not really.
Has she ever been involved in abusive relationships?
I don't really know.
Does she have a lot of boyfriends?
She's kind of dated around a lot. Not as much as my dad has.
Yeah, and mom's not alcoholic or, drugs, whatever.
Any of your mom's boyfriends ever hit on you?
No.
And nobody ever struck you with their hand or anything?
No.
All right. Well, nothing good. Although I know something big time is up with Mom.
You can feel it. You can feel something up with Natalie,
I can feel it out of Natalie, but there's no sane mother who gives her kids away that way. I mean, I know she gave it to biological dad to raise, but still, that's...
biological dad, Natalie's described as a guy who's dating like a maniac.
Well, she didn't say maniac.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he wear a lot of medallions and stuff?
Well, no, he's had a long string of really, really messed up girlfriends and
Really?
marriages and things.
Was he discreet when he would be having sex with his girlfriends, or was it fairly open?
Oh, not at all. Never.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, your dad's no saint, is he?
No.
I mean, Dad's not a great guy, and your mom yet dropped you off over there to be raised by
well, my
him.
dad was married when she sent us to live with him, so she thought it was stable.
Okay, but the reason they broke up is probably he was screwing around on your mom, right?
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, not great role models, but the point is you're now kind of spinning out of control, so why don't you stop? You know what you're doing, right?
Well, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and I can sit here and I can think about it, and I know it's wrong, but once I get out hanging out with my friends again and I meet some guy, and I don't stop, I just do it.
All right, well stop.
You're trying to manage feelings that are overwhelming and dangerous, and you're reenacting a traumatizing experience, perhaps to try to master it. But what you need to do is maybe get in some rape counseling and get together with some other young ladies who've been through similar kinds of awful, traumatic experiences.
Absolutely.
And dig through this a little bit.
All right, Christine, yes, you have to get into counseling because you were raped. Christine, you're 24.
Hi.
You're really into S&M. You don't remember your childhood.
No.
All right, someone beat you,
There we go.
and there you go. That's it.
Okay, I mean, my main question was, is it something if I pursue it, is it bad for me, or should I stop it and get into counseling, try to get over
Get into
that?
counseling. Yes, this is not... Now, our culture would lead you to believe that this is you sort of exploring your sexuality, expressing something positive, when in fact it's a way of fetishizing your sexual experience in order to tolerate it, and that thereby distances you from the emotional experience of connection that sex is supposed to be about.
All right.
So, yeah, get into counseling.
I said the same thing to my mother.
And me as well. We'll take ourselves a little break, and we'll be back after this. Well, there it is. Another successful week put to bed. Drew, we'll see you in studio Monday night.
Sunday night.
I'm sorry, I meant Sunday night. Oh, Christ, I'm tired.
You be careful when you go home tonight. Something might fly out of your penis.
Yeah. Well, if I turn the car too sharp, something's liable to come out of there just through a centrifugal force.
Pull.
I'm going to have another shot of NyQuil and get back on the horse tonight. I absolutely mean it. Barry Blaustein, thank you very much for coming in. Beyond the Mat, everyone. Tomorrow, released nationwide in a theater near you. You can also catch Barry and the rest of the wrestlers, such as Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Roddy Piper, idol to millions, including Cousin Sal. Tomorrow night on Larry King, and I want to thank Anderson for doing a great job all goddamn week, and of course your beautiful, lovable, squeezable Danielle for doing a great job on the phones with the coffee. And until next time, I'm Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. There's some raping going on here.
Well, now. This has been Loveline. The stuff expressed on Loveline is not necessarily the stuff of the staff, management, sponsors, or anyone else, including Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please enjoy these birds.